Got a nail, and I got a silver ring I found in the top lot, right near the surface the other day with my Deus. Small little silver ring. It's really, actually a really pretty little silver ring. Has a little cross on it. 925. I'm going to test it out on the machine here. I'm going to mask that ring there. I'm going to mask it. Test it out on the Simplex SP24 coil 278. Full gain right here. Is it faulty on that nail? I don't think so. No. It's hitting it. How's part one? Version 277, stock coil on it. Come on, baby. Oh my lord, look at that. 90s. Spanking it the hell out. Look at that. It's even hitting it at this angle here too. Just a little bit, right? Right there. It's hitting it just a little teeny bit at that angle, right? That's in beach mode, right? 92.83 with a nail over it, right? 61, 79, 78. Here's spark one. 73, 71. A lot of iron in there, right? 71, right? I'll try it in field mode. 84, 88. Take that ring out and see if it's pulsing on the iron. Nope. Not pulsing on the iron. Crazy, man. Crazy performance. This Simplex is just off the hook. I'll try the Deus. I'm not a big fan of this 11-inch coil, right? I think it's an underperformer for the Deus, right? There's a lot of coils on detectors that I don't like, right? It's just my opinion. This coil doesn't go nearly as deep as a 9-inch X35 coil. And it gives you a lot different tones. It doesn't hit on targets nearly as good. You get a lot more EMI. And look at how much EMI I'm getting in hot program here, right? A lot more EMI. You have to make a lot more adjustments to it in the high EMI spots, so it's a lot harder to use, and it makes the detector unbalanced. With the Equinox, I do not like that 6-inch coil, and I use that 6-inch coil for almost 1,000 hours, and I think the big coil does much better, right? Even in the iron, it does better than the 6-inch coil. Maybe in the trash, the 6-inch coil does a little bit better in the modern trash. And with the Simplex, I really don't like the SP22 coil, right? It just makes the Simplex feel heavy. It's kind of a bulky coil, and it's really thick. And but it does work good in the water, though. It does sink really good in the water. If you want to use the Simplex in the water, the SP22 coil, the 8.5 inch, is really good for the water. But I'll test this out here, right? This is just stock hot program, right? I'll change frequencies here. Go down to 11 kilohertz, which is closer to the Simplex, right? And with the Deus, the faster I swing, the more it rejects those nails. So if I'm getting a hit like this, I'll be digging that up all day long. If I'm in iron, I'll be digging that up all day long. Even though I'm getting no target here, you know. I'll go over to number 3 Deus Fast program here. See how much EMI I'm getting already? It might be falsing on that iron there. Get that away from there. No, it's not falsing on it. And that's the whole thing with the Deus, right? If you're in a 3-tone program, or if you're basically in a 3-tone program, or even a 2-tone and you switch to 3-tone, your discrimination has a lot to do with your falsing on iron, right? And it's a fine balance, you know, knowing where to set that discrimination, right? You can adjust your tone breaks, but it gets a lot more confusing once you start setting your tone breaks up, right? Because you don't want to bias that iron. You know, if your tone break is too close to your discrimination, you're going to bias that iron. You're going to be digging up a lot of nails still. You know, even if don't want to discriminate any higher, you can adjust your tone breaks, but you're still going to be digging up a lot of nails with the Deus if you're in 3-tone and you don't have your settings right. With the Simplex, there's none of that BS. You know, there's none of that discrimination and tone breaks that you have to remember where you're at. And if you're digging up nails, you can adjust your tone break or your recovery speed. You know, all those settings are all tied in together, right? On these high-end machines that have all these settings. With the Simplex, you don't have all that chaos, right? It's just so simple, man. But when you get out to iron, when you get out to a bed of iron, you know, the Simplex, you can't make any adjustments. So you really got to change your swing speed with the Simplex, you know. And the Simplex really likes just a certain swing speed, right? If you guys have a lot of hours on the Simplex like I do, the Simplex likes just a certain swing speed because it only has one recovery speed, right? It's a single preset recovery speed, so you can't adjust it. With the Deus and the Equinox, you have that setting, so you have to really remember where you're at your recovery speed. And then if you're adjusting your recovery speed, you really have to adjust a couple other things too. I'm not going to get into details on that, but with the Note to Legend, it's also going to be very similar to these high-end machines here. It's going to have recovery speed, it's going to have tone breaks, it's going to have multi-frequencies, so it's going to be a little bit more of a complicated machine. But with the Simplex hitting that target that freaking good, that's pretty amazing, right? For an entry-level machine doing something like that, that's pretty amazing. I'm just doing some testing out here again. Wait for my GoPro batteries to charge upstairs, and I got one Deus coil that needs to still get just a little bit more juice on it. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning, but just doing some testing out here for the last hour and a half or two, and wait for my batteries to charge. But I'm gonna go out there today and I'm gonna use the Simplex. I'm gonna just take the Simplex and the Deus with the 9-inch HF coil and go out to a relic dump, probably do some testing in the relic dump with the Deus and Simplex. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.